Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, 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 welcome to Early Mornings with Evadyne with Company. And today we have Marcus with Groovology360 joining us. I am Evadyne, and I really would like to thank you for waking up with us this morning. Wait, hey, hold it. I'd like to thank you for waking up. let's start there. Let's start there. And for being deliberate in the thing that you do when you wake up in the morning. So this is going to be um, a little bit of everything. We sent out the message of, you know, think of something that you could bring to the world. So I'll tell you this early. Think of something that you could bring to the world that could benefit it. Earth that could benefit it. People that could benefit them. But of course, first and foremost, yourself. Because when you are your best you, that's how you can deliver any and everything else to the world. So this is not a talk to you. This is a speaking with you event. And it's the first this early in the morning. So let's yawn. Oh, stretch. I'm so silly at times. You know, remember your dream. Before you do that, please remember your dream. Remember your dream. I'm going to give you a minute. And that's if you're waking up. You might be in the middle of your workday. You may have been up for 2 or 3 hours. But remembering our dreams is so important because in them are sometimes messages, if not for us, for us to deliver. So let's just moment. You can stretch. You can try to recall. Just, take a moment. Take a moment. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Make a note. First, am I coming through clear?
On this end, you are.
Thank you very much. Thank you. If you're muted and you want to speak, I believe you can press *6 or unmute yourself. If you have background noise, then you can keep yourself muted until you're ready to speak. And so you're here right now, so you read the message. Hopefully you've given some thought to the message. So I'll ask um, from this early morning session, and again, you may be at work, you may be just getting up, you may be in between. It's an Independence Day, and I hear there's a Frederick Douglass speech that really lays out the true essence of the 4th of July in the way that maybe we should. I heard that yesterday on the Clay Kane show on Sirius XM. No, they don't pay me, but I will tell you. Sirius XM, channel 126, Urban View, is urban talk toward movement. Every show that I've heard on there so far has delivered history, has delivered future, has delivered, Let me think about that. So I will say to you, if you would like a link for, I believe they give you a trial version, or if you just pull it up, Sirius, SIRIUS XM. This should be a promotion, like 90-day free promotion, and you can have it in your vehicle. You can have it on your device, which means in your home. Your device now means in your home because your device goes anywhere you go. But I like to just open the floor, and for anyone who would like to share their benefit, their value, their thoughts of what it is you can do, you are doing, you have done to make this earth a better place. And let's hope the politicians listen later on, if they're not on now. But go ahead. Okay. I would say
Good
who's on
morning.
first. Thank you.
Um, I would like to say, first of all, grand rising to everybody that's on the line. I'm on this line in peace. My name is Leon. I'm the CEO of a company called Eyes with a New Vision. And what we speak about and talk about is not something that's wanted. It's definitely something that's needed all over this globe. If you want to see what we talk about every last Wednesday of the month, this month falls on the 31st. You can dial in 520-525-8064 and start dialing in at quarter of 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and see what we bring to the table for this globe. That being said, thanks for the time and space.
Thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about Eyes with a New Vision.
What we do is we try to bridge the gap between the sighted world and the blind world, and the blind world with the sighted world. Bring knowledge about how not to mishandle anybody with disability or a different ability. And so because I'm blind totally, we talk about blindness awareness.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you for what you are doing. And ladies and gentlemen, I know this gentleman. I've spoken with him for about almost, well, a year and a half, on and off. And so the one thing I, um, if it's okay, Leon, like to share with them that I've heard from him is that having no vision gave him more vision. Is that correct, Leon?
Yes, that's correct.
And so many people lose an ability of our senses, five, six, or seven, or eight of them. When you lose one, you gain maybe two or three because the body is incredible, the most incredible machine ever created. I might want to call it a device, the most incredible device that's ever been created. But it flips into next mode. Maybe not instantly. It may take some therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, rehabitual, rehab therapy because it might be a shock to your body, including your mind, including your mind. But when you lose a sense, you gain other senses, the ability to feel, the ability to know. Our brains, well, um, they're incredible. They're incredible. So how we treat them, we watch this. We should be very mindful about how we treat our brain, you know? Thank you, Leon. I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing. And of course, you have much success with your organization because your organization being successful means that the world is in a brighter place and space. The world meaning the people. So I look forward to continued success. And if anyone would like to reach you, what is the best way again?
They can call me direct if they want. 609-369-1178.
Thank you very much. And so, for the record, ladies and gentlemen listening, and whoever's next, get yourself ready. I will have this show on my YouTube later today for you to listen back in on, hopefully yourself, as well as the information that is shared. I do not go to YouTube to find me. I want you to go to like, share, subscribe, ring.com. Share, subscribe, ring.com. Then when you get it, share, subscribe, and ring the bell because it will let you know where I'm going to be, how I'm going to be there. But it will give you all of the podcasts that I've had, the shows that I've had. It will give you me. And you may also networking for success.info. And there you will find under the promo section my two books on mental health, mind health, overall health and wellness, motivation, inspiration, empowerment, resources. The books are also available on Amazon. You can get the digital copies on my website. You can order wholesale. You can donate the paperbacks through my website directly. And there's a third book coming, and that will probably be the end of what has become a series, which I didn't know was going to be a series. But life keeps happening, and as it happens, I capture it. As it happens, I pay attention to it. So, networkingforsuccess.info and like, share, subscribe, ring.com. Who would like to speak next on the wonders of your world and what you contribute to it, have, will, should? Who's next? Okay, thank you. Um, I believe our co host for today has joined us, patiently awaiting a turn. But I kind of get carried away on occasion. But again, I'd like to thank you all for coming on this morning. It's early, and I'm going to say it's not early enough because on the East Coast, I think we're about maybe 2 hours, 1.5 hours late to watch the sun rise. to watch it rise. And for those who do not have the vision to watch it rise, you feel the heat. The air will change as the sun is rising. And actually, the sun isn't rising, we're turning in the direction of it, if I'm not mistaken, because it's supposed to be that we're turning. I'm not there, I'm not above it yet. Maybe. But yeah, the sun rising has a grand effect on life. And I met a young lady yesterday. She told me that she's up at like 4:30 in the morning. It was a wonderful experience, meeting and speaking with her. Our younger generation is so awake and aware and on point if we take the time to engage with them. Uh, it was wonderful. And I see she's on, but it's only if she would like to speak that she can unmute herself. But in the meantime, Marcus, are you with us?
I think I am.
This is
Can you hear
Marcus of
me?
Groovology. I can hear you, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus of Groovology360. And I will take a pause.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody?
Good. I'm good.
Is
I'm
everybody
good.
up like popcorn, popped out of the kernels, nice, hot, and fresh, ready for the day? Yes, extra
Not yet.
butter. Not yet? Well, we're going to get there. Don't worry. We're going to get there. We're going to add a little hot coffee to the mix, too, okay? No crumb cakes, though. No crumb cakes, just bagels. 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 Good morning, everybody. I'm glad that everybody's up. You got to excuse me for being a little tardy today. Um, it has been a day. It has been a day, but I am here with you. Yes, and Missy, Missy as well. To discuss things that enhance your world on this morning. So let me start by telling everybody what enhances my world early in the morning. Okay, it's the absence of the Sandman. How about that? Ah, yes. I stretch early in the morning like this, and this helps to get my day going. I get the joints going in the morning, one arm, the next arm, over the head, then down toward the floor, and then back up again. Yeah, this is my morning stretch while my morning coffee is brewing. And then I turn my waist like so, just to get the body limber and loose. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, the fun part is standing up. About that. Ah, so much fun, so much fun. Glad to be here, everybody. So, as I heard my very, very capable co host speaking, I thought about something that was told to me because I didn't tell her this, but I want to tell everybody this on the line. I didn't tell her. She kind of reminds me of well, no, her voice reminds me of someone that I used to hear at a Starbucks location I used to go to. This was out on the West Coast. And I would go in and I would get my morning brew and I would get my morning pastry. And this morning pastry I would get would always be this lemon coffee cake, I believe it was. It was lemon flavored. And the only reason I bought this thing was because of this person's voice. And you know what they would say to me? They would say, "Hey, you're gonna have that coffee by itself like that?" That's yes. What's wrong with that? They would say, "Well, you know, you have to have something to go with it. You don't put sugar or cream in it. It's just all alone. That's not right. Here, have one of these." Okay. So that started that. So as I heard her speak this morning in the early AM, I was brought right back to that point in time. I said, wow, is this happening again? And then I said, yeah, let me go get some coffee and see what happens. And then I might hear a suggestion from somebody on the line. I don't know, but I'll wait and see if somebody suggests that I have something with my coffee. But if not, I'm quite sure that I will hear a suggestion from someone as to what can help to get this day going for me. So if there's anybody, and I'm quite sure there is on this line who can give me something, some kind of word for the day, maybe even a goal to reach, or just something to have with a cup of coffee to enhance my day, feel free, have at it. You got 60 seconds. How about that? Okay. 60 seconds only. After that point, oh well, it's my choice. So you got a chance right now. 60 seconds. You can unmute your line. If that's the case, you can unmute. But I'm heading over here to the coffee maker right now, and I am about to get this day started. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do,
So,
do, 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 do. Oh, yes,
Marcus,
I hear you.
Marcus, hey. So, there's a
Hey,
couple of things that can go with coffee. You could have muffins with coffee. You can have, this is going to sound really weird. You can have a squeeze of lemon and black coffee. Now, be careful with that because it burns fat because of the enzyme of the lemon and the
uh-huh.
acid of the coffee. It burns
Okay.
fat. Um, so I wouldn't dip the lemon in the coffee.
Just
And
squeeze the lemon. Okay.
just squeeze the lemon in the coffee. Yeah, it has truly a grand effect on burning fat. But I say be careful because I also believe, I don't know for a fact, that it probably speeds up your metabolism. So it all depends on what other
Mm,
health conditions, people are having, whether or not that is going to be good thing, a good thing. But if all things are well, then yes, those two things go well together. But as it is early morning, a muffin is good. Oh, some French toast with butter and syrup. Okay, stop that now. Yeah, is good.
French
Um,
toast. Mm,
yeah, French
butter,
toast. That would be
a little
good.
cinnamon on top,
Just a little bit, just a little
a
bit.
little
But
maple.
now
How about molasses? Hmm.
that would be good too. So here's a question,
Yes.
Marcus, I have for you. Here's a question. So, based on what we were thinking of speaking about today, you're bringing your stretch, which is great. Reminds me of the health man. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you. Um, Marcus and I met, and Leon met through Grown Folk Talking, Express Yourself. Grown Folk Talking, Express Yourself. You can check out their YouTube. And we were all podcasting on that network. So um, I always say there are a variety of shows on that network, no variety shows. I guess I brought that over here a little bit, but no variety shows. But very valuable information. You can go to grownfolktalking.com or Grown Folk Talking Express Yourself. Check the two.com where they have a list of their shows now. Um, But also, if you call into 520-525-8633, you can get the show lineup, which is being updated. But just call in. Don't announce yourself. I'm opposed to that. Don't announce yourself, as the recording will tell you, just in case someone is speaking. I believe it's an interruption. So when I speak and invite, I say, do not announce yourself. The host will ask when the floor is open. But Marcus has a show. Marcus, tell them about your shows, please.
Okay, trying to. I apologize. My coffee maker seems to be fighting me this morning, but we're gonna get this straight now. Don't worry about it. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, so yes, both of my shows. One of my shows happens to be on Monday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is called From Poverty to Prosperity, where we talk about poverty and what it is, what it consists of, not what we think it is, and the different aspects of it, and then what to actually do about it, and what steps to take to build a thriving community that seems to be in poverty and bring it to a prosperous end with abundance of everything. And that has been going very well. Um, Last show, we had a lot of active speaking going on, which was good. Which was good. I didn't mind that at all. And it seemed like people got a lot out of it. And I hope that they got more than they bargained for so they could actually bring something to the table next Monday when we revisit the issue and discuss what we found. And if anyone has checked behind me, like I asked, to make sure I was giving them correct information, then yes, we want to know that. So that's on Mondays, 6 p.m. on the Grown Folk Talk and Express Yourself Network. My second night is Friday, and there's two different segments on Friday. One is called Cooler Talk, where I just have talks about different issues, a variety of different things, and I do have a co-host that will be joining me on Friday evenings at 6 p.m. And this is a soft launch, which means that we're doing it, but we're kind of got it in beta mode so that we can make sure that we get all the kinks out and make sure that we get everything handled correctly. And that's on Cooler Talk. That's on the first, second, and fourth Friday of every month, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on the third Friday, I have my other segment titled Paradigm Shift, which deals with perceptions, points of view, how we perceive things, recognizing doublespeak, understanding duality, and how it plays a role in how and what we do and why we do the things we do. And that one's been going well as well. So Mondays and Fridays on the Grown Folk Talking Network, both at the same time, 6 p.m. Isn't that ironic? Very convenient for me as well. So tune in, uh, listen in, come to the conference table in the boardroom is what I call it. Let your voice be heard, let your opinions be heard, because we're all putting this all together so we can come to a very good and reachable goal. And once again, I want to thank everybody for being up this morning with us. Um, I think I'm about to make some toast. Now, French toast I would make, but it's a little bit messy and it's going to be loud here. So I'm just going to put some toast in here with some honey that has lavender in it. I actually like this stuff. It's actually really good. So I think I'm going to do that while I'm on the line. And I'm glad you guys are around me when I'm cooking so that if you have any ideas, you can shout them out to me and I'll try to make it happen. Okay, so we're on the stove right now. All right. Back to my capable host, Miss C. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate
Thank you
that.
very much, Marcus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we'll
I would
talk
like to
about
chime in.
Groovology 360. I think someone else wanted to chime in first. Jay, did you want to say something?
Um, I just want to say good morning to everyone. It's the first time I'm coming in. I'm currently in vacation mode. I'm a recent retiree and I'm just exploring my options at this point. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I do want to use my experiences for my very, very eventful life. I just had my 75th year. I'm in my 75th year right now, so I have, I'm just listening to people, enjoying family, exploring different options. And when I come to some kind of conclusion or agreement about something, then I guess I'll, you know, try it out. But thank you so much for inviting me, Missy. I love you, and we have a long time friendship, and this is a great, great thing that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you, Belen Jay. I appreciate what you're saying. And I just want to add that as we celebrated your 75th in
Mhm.
April wonderfully with your family. And it was just a great opportunity. And I don't know, I think you're doing the right thing, just traveling. You have been a traveler for sure. As long as I've known you, you really, I mean, whether it's land or sea or air. And sometimes that's the business, our passion. I always believe we should work in our passion if we're going to work or need to work. So as you're seeking, just think about your passion and what you do for free. And then if you can find a way to get some change, that's a good thing as well. So much success as you've had already. I wish you continued success in this third quarter of a centurion life. Third quarter, wow, nice. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your vacation. Thank you.
Okay.
And I love you too. And I love you too. Okay, Leon, go ahead. Thank you for your patience.
I just wanted to say the word of the day, which Marcus asked for, that I can think of is peace. Yourself and others. The word of the day for me, peace, as I came on with.
Thank you. Uh,
Thank you.
that, yeah,
I accept that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yes, peace. And within oneself first. Did I hear you say that?
Yes, it
Peace
starts with
begin.
self first.
That's right. Peace starts with you. Love starts with you. Strength starts with you. People sometimes believe that they must do all other things for all other people. But when you do for yourself and fill up your cuppeth, your cuppeth running over, then you will spill on others automatically without even knowing it. You will spill on others. You will drip. on others. Um, I was
Missy,
yes.
pardon me for a moment. Can I just chime in just for one moment on that point when you finish? One of the points you
Well,
just made.
go right ahead right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really quick. Um, what you just said about doing for others, I wanted to speak on that because that's something that I've actually spoken to people like just in general, throughout life, but more recently now about starting with yourself first. And then once you get yourself into where it is you need to be, then being able to, like you said, spill over into others. And I, I speak on that because I've seen how some people have gotten that a little twisted, a little bit off. And I'm not saying it's wrong to reach out to others. I think it's a beautiful thing and a wonderful thing when you can bring something to the table for them to use. But I believe that your reserves have to be full first before you can fill up somebody else's tank. And a prime example of that is I had someone who I've known all my life, and they kind of got that thing a little wrapped around backward. And when people accept what is given to them from this person, the next thing that happens is this person gets upset because the people don't give back what they receive. And I said, well, maybe you're giving things out too soon, too much, too fast. Really, really a nice individual, but I think a little bit too much on the nice side where it works against them like a fault because they give, 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 give. But then when they have nothing else to give and they expect to get something back in return, it doesn't happen. And then it's misery. So I just thought that I would key in on that. So I like that you brought that up. And all right, back to you now.
Thank you.
I'd like
Thank
I'd like to add something to that, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, please.
I think that when you give, you receive. I mean, if you give and you receive, you don't have to really look for anything. Because in the giving, you are receiving something from that person. It doesn't have to be a tangible object, but it's mostly a feeling. So that's how I view it.
I like to comment
Okay.
on that.
Mhm.
Go ahead,
Is
Leon.
it okay?
Yes.
Um, One of the points the young lady just made, when you give something, don't expect nothing back in return. I think as humans, what happens is when we do give and we don't receive back, it's because we always expecting people to be like us, the giver,
Yes.
and they are
Yes.
not like us.
Mhm.
So it disappoints us when we don't get back because we are expecting them to be like us. I've learned a while ago that because I'm a giver, and I didn't understand for a long time when people didn't do what they came to you for. I didn't understand that I expected them to be like me. Now I realize they're not. So you just gotta take giving. And who you giving to, you have to be mindful on who you giving to. Um, because if we're always giving to people, not going to leave nothing for yourself. So just be mindful on who you're giving to, why you're giving it to them, and just remember, people, that they're not you. With that, I rest.
I
And so,
actually,
go ahead, Marcus.
yes,
Go
I
ahead.
agree. No, I'm just saying I agree. I agree.
And so, just to I'm not going to say piggyback, just in case we have any other people. Just to add on to that, I I always say, do not give anything that you willfully do not have available. Do not give definitely about it with an expectation, but give only what you can. Some people may sacrifice, and there's some people you may sacrifice for. And I would say children and elders, you may sacrifice and extend yourself. But when it comes to me, people within your same generation, your friends, your siblings, your cousins, when you observe their behavior, be mindful of how much you are led doing things that you don't want to do, but they expect you to do because you've done it before. And that leads to control, negative, manipulative way of controlling you for their greater benefit because they know you. They know your soft spot. They know that you're always willing. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to pause, as I mentioned, to people who are concerned about how much they give and maybe are taken advantage of a little bit. I suggest that when you are asked, say, let me check my calendar. If it's an event, let me check my calendar. And that gives chance for pause. That gives you a chance. And don't run to your calendar immediately. I'll get back to you. We know what's
Mm-hmm.
emergent and what's immediate. That's different. But if it's, oh, can we do so and so next week? Or can you come and get me? Or can you take me? Or let me check my calendar. Because you want to be most available to yourself first. Literally, with that, two things I'll add. When Marcus was doing his stretches and getting his blood flowing, I remember hearing on the Health Man show, again, which is on Grown Folk Talking, and Eric Baseca show on YouTube, that dry brushing your skin. I know that sounds weird, right? But you dry brush your skin. You take the brush and you hold it to the side. You're not like brushing it like you would brush your hair, but you dry brush from your feet up to your heart and stroking in that way. You're brushing your skin because that will stimulate lymph nodes, which activates your immune system. And so, what Eric did on his video, he started with the feet, and you dry brush upward. That's when I say toward your heart. Well, I hope your heart is upward from your feet, just by the way, I'm just saying. Yes. So you dry brush from your feet, from your feet upward, in strokes. In strokes. And I think that's how massage is performed as well, toward your heart for circulation. But you dry
Mm-hmm.
brush. Um, and when I say it stimulates your lymph nodes, lymph fluid, many of you have seen this, but just in case you haven't, if you happen to scratch yourself on something and you look at it to see if you're bleeding and you're not, but you see this clear fluid instead of blood, that's your lymphatic fluid. Your lymph nodes realize that something foreign has happened to your body and it reacts to attack and protect. Oh, that was pretty good. Oh, we're teaching me
Hmm.
a lot. Okay. So, yes, it reacts. Your lymph nodes react to protect you and attack. So you're not going to be bleeding, but you'll see that clear fluid. that will rise to your skin to protect you, to do what it needs to do. So, again, our body is an incredible machine or device created as it should have been. And when we are learning and retaining our knowledge, when we are hearing, when you hear something, so, oh, that's not true. Um, because you don't know it does not make it not so true. You just don't
Mhm.
know it yet. I said you don't know what you
Mhm.
don't know because you don't know it. So when you get
Mhm.
information, when you receive information, get information that's new to you, just like you wonder when people want to push your buttons and use and abuse you, well, do the same thing. Use your device to look up what you just heard. Make a note for
Mhm.
yourself because we are ever learning until the day we go in this
Mhm.
body, right? And so don't believe that if you've stepped out of school, you're finished learning. And you can't believe that anyway if you're over two, because when you step out of school, when you step out of school, you're still moving into work. So you're learning something again. We're always learning. I love Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, because we're always becoming. We're not
Mhm.
done until the French toast is turned and crispy on the edges, and then the butter goes on. Specific. Anyway, so
You know
we're
what?
not done until we're done.
You know what?
we we keep turning over and turning over and turning over. I think sometimes you'll hear turning over a new leaf. That means you're
Mhm.
kind of turning a page in the playbook of your life
Mhm.
because this is a stage and we have many acts. I didn't know you were in rehearsal mode, did you? But everything matters. Everything matters. So thank you all. Continue.
I just wanted to say that back to just circling back a little bit when it comes to giving and receiving. It's true. Everybody is not like us. Those that are actually generous, show our generosity. And that is something I agree with because I actually learned that myself, um, experiencing and thinking of things that should have gone a certain way but didn't go a certain way. And I had to wonder, I sat there wondering why. And this was, some years ago, but I finally came to terms with it. And the other individual that I was speaking about that finds himself in this situation, and I'm not trying to put a name to them or a gender because I don't want them to be offended should they hear this. But they, what I say was, I told them, yes, you have great giving. You're great at generosity. You want people to be able to move forward. I said, but at your own expense, it's not a very wise choice. You're
Mhm.
giving people the benefit of the doubt and you're giving them the credit that they're going to do what you've done. And it doesn't always happen that way. And I think that sometimes we can give, but we have to know what our motivation is for giving. What are our motives and what is the purpose? Why are we doing this? Is it just to give somebody a push? Somebody just needs a little bit to get over the line, so to speak, or are we doing it to kind of go on a joint thing with somebody and help things to get going? Are we trying to impress somebody? They're all different motives for why we do what we do. But I think it's very important for us to know why we're going to give, why we're giving, and then, you know, make sure it makes sense to us and then stick to that. But in terms of, yeah, expecting something back, if I give now, um, it's in situations where I've I pre-thought about it, most of it, not all the time, but most of it I've thought about before. If I were to be approached, why would I give? What would I give? You know, and I stick with that now. I don't try to like. In other words, I can't care about somebody else's life more than they do. If they
Mhm.
don't want to actually make their own lives better, me pouring into them is only going to enable them to continue to do what they're doing. So they're never going to really get better or get over the hump, so to speak. So I just wanted to put that out there on the table and say that, yeah, I agree with what I've heard. Very, very good and on target information. And no, I don't have French toast, but I got toast with butter. But now I'm a little envious of the French toast. So I don't know what I can do about that. This is already done.
Just imagine, just pretend. Just like, when you sweeten up regular toast, it could cut, well, you put enough butter on it and then you sweeten it up and put the cinnamon, it may give you that, that thing to
It's
make
not
you
the
feel
same.
like it's not French, it's American, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Not fair.
Okay,
Not
so
fair.
I know. So, does anyone have anything else to add? So, what are we talking about today? Can someone tell me what we're talking about today?
Seems that we're talking about things that enhance our lives, things that we bring. And I think generosity and the ability and willingness to give is something that does enhance a lot of things. So I think that's our topic today. If anybody else, something else was along the same. Yeah.
No, I believe that's correct. That is correct. And so, what I bring to this earth, I will mention before we go. What I bring to this earth is the ability to receive information and to deliver it. I believe that's my purpose, and that's that thing that I do. I don't believe I could sit down and take a test and have all the answers based on all of the information that I've given through my entire life. It's been a long one too. I'm in my sixth decade. Okay, so I'm just saying, arriving is arriving. What can we say? I share with people that my antennas are so long that the astronauts are like, yo, what was you know? And that's when I'm walking. That's when I'm moving slow. If I'm driving, they probably don't even see it because it's a flash. My antennas are up. I receive information. I don't question where it comes from. I don't have to question because of the accuracy of the information. Not saying that I'm always right, but I seem to fit more times than I don't with the information that I receive to deliver. And one of the ways I make money is by driving. They don't pay me enough, so I won't say. By driving taxi service, car service, right? And I said, when I'm speaking to people in my vehicle, it it can go from nothing to the most amazing something. And then people forget me. I know they forget me, but I realize that I don't feel any way about it. It's just what we discuss, I hope, is not forgotten because the length and the depth of our conversations are valuable. I walk away with information. That's why I'm a receiver and a deliverer. I walk away with information that other people are going to be able to use. So I will tell people, I will tell your story, but I will not mention your name. Why? Because when I receive your story, the ingredients of your story are to benefit someone else. The lessons, the information, the direction is to benefit someone else. It's not a selfish kind of thing. I share with people, in my opinion, ideas come down like rain, and it drops on everyone, but it will not grow everyone's garden. So you'll hear people say, "Oh, that was my idea." Mind you, they never told you their idea, but here you are either creating it or speaking about it, and they'll say it was their idea, but it's not. The ideas come down like rain from our creator, from the universe, from where whoever you believe in. That's how they come down to be used. That's how songs are written. That's how movies are written and plays and books. That's how an artist takes a blank canvas and creates a beautiful piece of art because of inspiration, because the ideas come down and it drops and it drips and it drizzles. Or the mist. I love mist. Mist is, some people find it annoying. I find it refreshing. It's like really nice. That's the mist. So that's what I do. And I I'm proud of myself for recognizing my purpose and living in it. I am not financially wealthy, but if you like to help that out, you can cash app EvadyneS. But I'm just saying, I am wealthy in so many other areas, and I am grateful that I was born the way I was born, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hold you up. I was born the way I was born and raised the way I was raised. I put that in the dedication of my first book, thanking my parents for us living where we lived and treating us the way they did. My my I'm going to say my bigger passion is health and wellness. It has been like forefront on my mind since I was a child. I subscribed to Prevention Magazine when I was like 11. I even sponsored a child who's still showing up on TV as a child walking in shard glass across the country somewhere, across the world, um, caring about young people, caring about self. And my dad, without opposition from my mom, so my parents supported the things that we wanted to do. My sisters had telescopes, my we took piano lessons, whatever we wanted to do, my parents were there to support us on the level that they were able to support us. And I don't know if you know the Vitamix, but it was a very expensive machine. It probably still is. But because I was in health and wellness, my dad bought the Vitamix for me, and the Bahamian diet from Dick Gregory. We ordered that from TV. It's just health and wellness has always been my thing. And I'm not a doctor. Someone said I should go to school to become one. I'm like, I don't have time for that. And I wouldn't be a doctor in a traditional medical institution because for me, the medical institution is great for diagnostic machinery and the lab work, but in my opinion, they don't focus on healing. They focus on managing because that's what keeps the industry going. I would be a naturopathic practitioner. I would. I could, but I gather my information from the University of the Universe. And so it's tuition free. It's open 365 days, Earth time. And there's a seat open if anyone ever wants to attend, just go and the door will open. The University of the Universe is how we learn all around us, observation and listening and feeling and
I have a
paying
question.
attention and paying attention. Yes, sir.
In the University of the Universe, can we learn how to take regular toast Once it's done, and turn it into French toast.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
You go,
Okay. I just want to know.
you no, you look at it, you put it, this is how you do it. You take the toast out of the toaster. You put it on a, you take the toast out of a toaster and you put it on a saucer, once again,
Mm-hmm.
that you already buttered. You butter the saucer, right?
Butter the
And you
saucer.
take the
Okay.
toast and you put it on the saucer, and then you butter the top of the toast, and you sprinkle some
Okay.
cinnamon, and you take a scrambled egg and you put it on, and then you put on more syrup, and then you say, Parlez-vous français? And if the toast responds, Oui, je parle français, then you can eat your French toast. I'm just saying.
That's different.
So,
It's different.
well, like nature, it will never be duplicated. It will never be duplicated. You'll fix it one way and take it another way, but you have everything you need. You have your egg and your butter and your bread and oh hush before I go get some French toast. So
French toast.
just speak
French toast.
just yeah, just speaking about just my give. That's my give. And my two books on suicide prevention and mental health. Suicide prevention translates to not making decision to not making a conscious decision to end your life, but to begin a new life. That's suicide prevention. Not making a conscious decision to end your life, but instead change your life. But the other part of it is knowing that medication can cause sadness, depression, and suicidal thoughts, tells us that physiological changes can take place from chemicals coming into our bodies, whether it is medication or something else that has those same chemicals in it. Protein deficiency causes your neurotransmitters to go off whack. That takes your
Mm-hmm.
thinking with it. Thinking can lead to actions. And not only suicidal thoughts, they don't mention, medication can cause homicidal thoughts. So we must be
Mm-hmm.
mindful when we're taking medications that before we take them to definitely look at the possible side effects and also realize that it could possibly affect you because we do have people who live in not me mode, not me, not that
Mm-hmm.
can no 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 not me. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we are special, but without you knowing it, yes, things could affect you and you won't even know they're affecting you. So
Mm-hmm.
the books are very good. Mind is to mental as teeth are to dental, and we all have a mind. And suicide is a serious killer. Let's end it today. Um, Aside from being a parent and a grandparent, or I should say a mother and a grandmother, the books are the most incredible pieces of work that I have put my hands on. And it's because it saves and changes people's lives. So please go to networkingforsuccess.info and get them. So the floor is open. I hope I give enough to the earth. I hope I give it. I cannot touch gardening. I think it's the electricity in my body. I have a brown thumb. Now, I don't know if it is the electricity. I'm just believing it is my level of electricity that turns live plants brown. So I don't garden,
I'm with you
but I
there.
would be,
I'm with you there.
yeah, right. I think it, that is just my, explanation. I could be wrong, but, you know, but
I
anyone
return them
else,
right back
please.
to the earth.
You say ashes to ashes, dust
I
to
said they get
dust, right?
returned right back to the earth if I get a hold of them. Yeah. Something
Understood,
like
understood. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming in this early morning once again. We would like to thank Marcus and you for coming in. And what we're talking about is our contribution to Earth. What do we feel? What do you feel that you can do? That's can or do contribute to make this Earth a better place on any level, health, wealth, family, love. Oh, love. I love love, but that would be a whole another story. But share with us, please.
Well, I like gardening, contrary to popular belief. Um, I don't have a brown thumb. I thought I would, but I seem to help things to kind of grow, I guess. Um, I started in, as a matter of fact, I started that in elementary school. We used to, that's really different than what it used to be. But we used to do different things in elementary school when I was, wow, many moons ago in elementary school. We used to grow plants in class. We used to do that. And that's how I learned how to grow things because our teachers were actually teaching us. They weren't just going in a book and bringing stuff out of a book. They were actually doing hands on with us. They were teaching us how to grow plants, how to grow uh, food we could eat. I think we did tomatoes one year. We also did little tiny celery stalks. They were celery, but they was not full long, but they kind of small. We grew those. We also learned how to make French toast, believe it or not, in the home economics room. We did that. Everybody brought in an egg from home. Our teacher brought the loaf of bread and the syrup, and she sat there and actually mixed up all the egg, soaked the bread, showed us how to put it in the pan, and she made us all French toast and showed us how to do it. But I just think, well, no, not a thing. What I know that I bring is some creativity, a little bit of color every now and then, for a splash, and a little bit of laughter when I can. I like to do that a lot, as a matter of fact, and just get people on the lighter side of things. Life is serious, but in my opinion, I don't think we should always take it so serious. To me, that seems to take away time from us when we're wrapped up in so serious of thoughts for long, long extended periods in our life. Um, so I just take that kind of approach. I like to talk to people. Um, I go around my area and people actually know me and they know my name, but I don't know theirs. But they all know my name. I don't know how that happened, but they do. And, I go to the local businesses. I have a joke with whoever, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Like what place they're from, what country they might come from. It don't matter what their belief system is to me, or the culture, or the anything to do with religion or any spirituality. Or it doesn't really matter to me. What I'm dealing with is I'm dealing with another individual like myself, men and women on this, and that's how I look at it. Um, with what I can look in a manner of speaking, and I just keep it there. No biases, or very little biases, I should say. Yeah, very little biases. I'll correct myself there because I do have some, but a lot of them have been pushed by the wayside. Um, Walking around with your eyes closed can kind of do that for you. So um, I move through life that way, and I like to leave people in a better condition than when I met them. And I've had that happen to me a few times where I've met people and they left me in a better condition than before they arrived in the same space and time where I was at. So I like that. I really do. I like that. Some people just don't seem to work with because, they kind of like, how could I say, hard headed, and they just think it's gonna go their way. So those I just wish them well and leave them to get where they're going. But other than that, I'm glad to be here with all of you this morning. A cup of Java I had to re-warm up. Tried the French toast. I think I put the egg in wrong because I scrambled it, but I didn't cook it. So I'll try that next time before I put it on the toast. All right. If anybody else, the floor, I guess is open. So I'm gonna have a sip of this coffee.
Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Well, you get an E, not for Evadyne, but you get an E for effort.
Okay,
For
okay.
you.
What about an E for excellence?
That's once you cook the egg, unless it was,
Oh,
intended.
oh
So,
no, 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 that was not my intent. I said, wait. Oh, why did I? And I said,
all
No, I
right
didn't.
now.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So the floor is open for anyone who would like to share. Um, I'm not going to say their final thoughts because we're going to be here no, we're not going to be on tomorrow, but we're going to be here for the rest of the day and for the rest of our lives. But if you would like to share something about yourself, and if it's not about yourself, uh, think about if this is so funny. I'm funny with prayer, right? My thought is for the one who sees all things, we don't really have to ask that the earth be cleaned up, that war stops. It's an obvious. It's obvious. But if anyone is listening who does have an influence on our condition here, whether it's the next politicians that are going to be in charge locally and nationally and around the world, um, what bit of advice would you give them? So it's either, you know, as we close, either sharing something about what you contribute to this earth or would like to contribute to this earth, or something you would like to see happen that could make life on earth. And I'm specifically saying earth, right? I hope you all do know. I hope you all do know. I hope that you all are aware that they have sent people to Mars never to return, that it is a scientific project. This is not conspiracy theory. They advertised for this really before, during 2019, 2020, um, as a scientific project. They sent almost like Noah's Ark, really. They sent two or three of every person, every kind, every profession to live on Mars. And what they did was, so you have to know, my head always told me this as a child, since it's been paying attention since 62. What are you doing every time you go up? That was always my question. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So now we know they built living almost like igloos, but not ice. But they built living structures for humans to live in. So once they arrive and they're transported and they go from one vehicle right into, so they don't get exposed to the atmosphere, it kind of links up, just like the spaceships, it links up. And then after everyone is off, it comes back to Earth, I guess, and tells us the story. But they go into their homes, like in the military when they live on a ship forever, right? So there are people who are living on Mars. You can look it up. Don't take my word for it. There are people who are living on Mars, and they're never their their commit their commitment was to do this. They're never to return to Earth. So I was curious if anybody caught COVID on Mars. When it happened, I was
Hmm.
very curious if they caught COVID, if the astronauts were affected by it, whether they're our astronauts or whomever's, the people who are, again, in the military, on the submarines, the Navy, like, I was curious about their exposure and if they were affected by the pandemic. But so with that, I say on Earth, what is the thing that you feel like you contribute, would like to contribute, and or that you wish someone would do to make living on Earth a better place? And so we have about 5 minutes before this show is over, and I just want to thank you all for coming on. We may do this again. It's a bright and early morning, and it's good. There was these things that used to happen. I'm gonna shut up after this, so the floor could. They used to have power breakfast, and so the power breakfast started like 6 in the morning. Everybody was going to work. Okay, so floor's open.
Well, I'll just say briefly before we close, um, just briefly. Um, Once again, it's a great morning. Uh, I want to thank Missy for inviting me to be her co-host here, and for the muffins that she's going to bring next time. Everybody, we're going to have a continental breakfast all together. Okay, we're all going to have muffins. Okay. And don't worry, I'm going to get the French toast right. You all will be on the phone when I'm doing it. But if somebody wants to shout out instructions for breakfast next time, what you would like to get sizzling in the pan, please have no doubt. Shout it out like Letterman. Okay, you guys remember that, right? You remember Letterman? I know you do. Don't say you don't. We all watched the Electric Company. Okay, Letterman. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna let you all have the last 4 minutes that we got here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else have any closing remarks? Oh, yeah, that's better. Any closing remarks for this inaugural early mornings with Evadyne with Company and Marcus with Groovology360? Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming on and come again. Visit, like, share, subscribe, ring.com. That is my YouTube, but don't go to YouTube. Just go like, share, subscribe, ring.com. And then like, share, subscribe, and ring. Networkingforsuccess.info, my website. You'll find a lot of different things there. Jay, you might want to look at the travel business since travel is your passion, the thing you like to do. There's a business in it for you and benefits in it for you as well. Definitely get the books. We're going to talk about them and read about them. When you ring the bell on my YouTube, it will let you know where I'm going to be. And Marcus, how can they find you again, please?
Yes, if you would like to connect with me, once again, I'm on the Grown Folk Talking Network. Express Yourself, Progressive Podcast, Mondays and Fridays, each day, 6 p.m. Okay. Call in 520-525-8633. If your carrier is blocking the call or wants to charge you for that call, just text the word call me to the same phone number, 520-525-8633 for a call back. No charges, no blocks, you're in. Also, if you would like to connect with me direct, you can email Groovology360, that's 360, at gmail.com. So that's GROOV like violin, OLOGY, the numbers 360 at gmail.com. Just tell me who you are. Remind me that we were on the podcast or the Zoom call, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everyone um, again for coming on. I am Evadyne with Evadyne with Company, talk worth listening to, and we hope that together our talk was very, very very worth listening to.